guys, happy Tuesday. It's actually Monday here, but this is Tuesday's lesson. We are starting with lesson 131, page 261 to 262. Okay, I'm going to do some drills with you just like we would on the board where you guys come to the whiteboard and do the drills. We go over different types of things and then we'll do the worksheet. All right, so I'm going to flip my paper around or my phone around here and do the drills. So on the first one, board B, we are looking for our root word and then identifying the suffix, okay? So if we have hooked, our root word would be hook. All right, and then my suffix would be the ED. So I'm going to circle my suffix. All right, the next one is prettiest. Think in your head, what would be the root word for prettiest? It would be pretty, right? And then my suffix would be the EST. Fleecy. Think in your head, what would the root word be for fleecy? Fleece, right? And then I would circle my suffix, the Y. Sinking. My root word for suffix would be sink. And my suffix would be ING. Chipper. Chip. And my suffix would be ER. And then last one, spotted. My root word would be spot. And my suffix would be ED. All right, board C. What we're going to do is first we need to find the nouns, and then we are going to find the adjectives that describe the noun. So the first one says, we enjoyed warm bowls of creamy soup. All right, we need to find the noun. What would be one of the nouns in my sentence? Well, I have bowls. Bowls are a thing, right? Because nouns are person, places, or things. And what word describes bowls? Warm, right? Warm describes the bowl. What kind of bowl? It was a warm bowl. Right, there's one more noun that has an adjective with it in this sentence. Do you see it? It's soup. So here's my noun, soup. And what kind of soup did they have? Creamy soup. So creamy is my adjective that describes my noun. All right, you try the next one. The two boys set up the brown and green tent. Okay, so there's two nouns in here that have adjectives with them. Do you see the first one? Boys, right? Because those are people. Nouns are people, places, or things. And how many boys were there? Two. So two is my adjective describing the boys. There's one more noun, which would be tent. A tent is a thing. And this one's tricky because it has two words that are adjectives that describe the tent. The tent is brown and the tent is green. So those two words are describing words for the tent. Okay, so those are our warm-up drills. Go ahead and pull out your worksheet for today. It is page 261. 261. All right, make sure your name is in cursive at the top. And the instructions say to find adjectives in a sentence, first find the noun, then find the words that answer adjective questions about the nouns. So, what kinds or how many? Those are questions that adjectives answer. Remember, sometimes a noun may have more than one adjective describing it. So Dad and Jackson fished in a cool, quiet pond. So pond is my noun, and it's a quiet pond, and it's also a cool pond, okay? So the first one says, read the sentences. Circle the adjectives that describe the underlined nouns. Draw a small arrow from each adjective to the noun it describes. Great Smoky Mountains National Park. The first sentence says, this national park with beautiful, colorful mountains is a great place to visit and camp. So they showed us what nouns we have. We have park and mountains, and now we need to go through and find what adjectives, what describing words describe those nouns. So park, think, what word describes park? What kind of park is it? It's a national park. So we are going to circle national, and we are going to draw an arrow to the word park because national describes the type of park. The next noun we have is mountains. There are two words here that describe the mountains. We have colorful mountains, that describes the mountains, and we have beautiful mountains. Those also describe the mountains. And there's one more noun in here. It's a great place. Place is a noun. What word describes place? Great. So we're going to circle great and draw an arrow to place. All right. Diane and Jody went with their parents for a long hike in the mountains. There is one noun in here that has an adjective, and that's hike. What is the adjective that describes hike? Long. So we're going to circle long and draw an arrow to hike. They saw red leaves, gray fog, brown fences, and tall green trees. This sentence has lots and lots of adjectives. Let's start with leaves. What type of leaves did they see? Red leaves. So we're going to circle red and draw an arrow to leaves. Gray fog. That's right. Circle gray and draw an arrow to fog. Brown fences. And green trees. Very descriptive sentence. They heard the long, low whistle of the train far away. All right, whistle is our noun here. What two words describe whistle? They have the low whistle. Good. And there's one more. Long, the long whistle. Good. After the hike, Diane and Jody had long drinks of cool water. Two nouns here that have adjectives attached to them. They had long drinks. And what kind of water did they have? Cool water. All right, number 2 says, read the sentences. Color the circle beside the correct word. The first one says, the mountains blank covered in morning fog. So is it the mountains is covered in morning fog or the mountains are covered in morning fog? It should be are. So we're going to fill in the bubble for are. The fog make the mountains look smoky or the fog makes the mountains look smoky? What do you think? Makes. Good job. And the last one is, the fog is why people call them the Great Smoky Mountains, or the fog is why people calls them the Great Smoky Mountains. It should be call. All right, dictation down at the bottom. You are going to write the complete sentence that I say. They started it for you. You are going to add on to it. All right. Grandpa wears a straw hat when he works outside. Grandpa wears a straw hat when he works outside. Grandpa wears a straw hat when he works outside. All right, I'm going to write it. If you're not done, you can pause the video and finish up. So Grandpa wears a straw hat when he works outside. Period. Make sure you have a period. You get it? Okay, let's flip it over. I'm going to go over the back with you. This is the seat work side, so this is your independent work. Okay, I'm going to just do an example with you from each section and go over the instructions, just like I would in class. All right, number 1, choose an adjective, a subject, and a verb to write your own sentence. You will need to add some of your own words to finish the sentence. So you get to choose. You can choose any adjective, match it with any subject, and add any verb. So I'm going to choose cuddly, caterpillar, eats. Okay? So now I need to make a sentence. You can write any sentence using those words. The cuddly, maybe I'll choose fuzzy. That makes more sense. The fuzzy caterpillar eats many leaves. And you can choose any sentence. You do not have to choose those 3 words. I was just giving you an example. All right, number 2, write a camping noun next to each adjective. Remember, a noun is a person, place, or thing. The noun you choose has to do with camping, okay? So colorful, tents. They gave you an example. Tents have to do with camping, and that matches colorful, okay? Number 3, you're adding the suffix to the root word. So cook plus ing becomes cooking. Okay? All right, so that is page 261 to 262, your phonics lesson. All right, that is part of Tuesday's work. All right, hope you guys enjoyed it.